Hi, I'm Larry Longschlong, Food FM's client. Now, I'm about to pass you on to the greatest manager ever. Yeah, cheers Larry, thanks. It's good to be back. Thanks for turning up. I've not seen a lot of you for a while, a long while, about 4 years. Especially you. I'm pretty glad I haven't seen you, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, it's a bit different. Last time I was announced as a central manager. It was in a port cabin in a Tesco's car park. So yeah, big time now at the Sir Brett Dalton Stadium, and it's good to be back. I'm looking forward to answering your questions, so shall I have you first, mate?
This is Dave from the Irish Times. So Bood, first of all, welcome back to Manchester, and I just wondered, how does it feel being back in Manchester after spending 4 years away, and how do you feel about the situation at Manchester Central right now?
I feel excited. I feel like I've got a challenge again. I love this club. I love being back in Manchester. Obviously, I'm Mancunian, so close to all my family again. It's amazing. And I left this club in a great state, great squad, young squad, champions of Europe, champions of England, and it's obviously not in that condition now. They're down at the bottom of the league in relegation, but still in Europe, still in the FA Cup, still a lot to fight for. Still got a lot of the lads I know. They've just got to get that confidence and belief back. So I'm not happy with where the club's at, but it's a good challenge for me, good challenge for the chairman and all the players, to start winning some games again, get that winning feeling back at Manchester Central. Yeah, next question.
Hi, Bood. Pakira here from the New Zealand Football Weekly newspaper. You are in need of a new assistant manager. Will you be trying to persuade your old number 2, Kyle Lord, to leave Leicester and join back up with you?
Yeah, I spoke to Kyle this morning. We had breakfast. Obviously, when I left, he stayed on, but Simeone didn't like him. They didn't get on really well, so Simeone let him go. He's been at Leicester for 4 years, nearly 4 years. He's been caretaker manager at Leicester twice. So I mean, he's gained so much experience. Just talking to him, I can tell he's grown as a coach, as a manager, and he wants to come home. He wants to come back, get the old dynamic duo back together. Because he's a Central fan like me, and he worked hard. It wasn't just me that put this club where it was, and he doesn't like the look. He doesn't like him being down there, so he wants to come back. So yeah, we've got a deal to sort out. He's going to have a meeting with the chairman later today, but I think that might happen. Yeah. Next question.
Barry Peters, Sunday Sport. Now, controversial striker Chris Chalk was once hospitalised for having 3 eggs up his bum. Now, we all know about his midget throwing antics as well. Are you wary of working with a player once again? We all know it's dramas like this that the club could be doing without.
Yeah, I must admit, we don't need too many dramas. But you've got to be honest. Did you ever watch that midget throwing championships? Chris was amazing. He's got some technique. I mean, he's the world champion, isn't he still? Is he still world champion? He's still world champion. But we're going to try and dull down on the drama. We need to just get on that training pitch, get my tactics back into place, get these players back to winning ways. So yeah, if I can minimise the drama, I mean, he can stick anything up his bum. I don't care. Just as long as it doesn't affect the team. Right, next question, please.
Hi, it's Badger from Badger News and Sport. Your only job in the last 4 years has been a manager of a Danish national team. After so long away from the EPL, do you really think you have the skills to take Central back to the top?
Yeah, fair point. I do know I've not been a manager within the Premier League, but I still watch the Premier League. And being the manager of Denmark was a lot of fun. Still working with players. I still watched a lot of football. I got to watch more football because obviously being in Denmark, I travelled around a bit when we didn't have games. You have long periods where you don't have a game as an international manager. So I took in a lot of football. I've been to a lot of academies. I'm a better manager. I really can't wait to get going. If anyone can get this club back to the top of the Premier League, it's Bood. Right, you mate.
Alright Bood, it's GW here from ScandinavianGetaways.com. Diego Simeone famously converted your iconic office into his own personal walk-in shower room. Do you have any plans to rebuild your office, or will you use his new one like Schmidt did?
Yeah, I can't say I was happy with that, mate. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest, I'm putting the finishing touches right now to my office. I've converted it back into my iconic office, as you said. And yeah, his office, I'm actually converting that into my own personal shit room. So just where he had his chair at his desk, and Roger's chair as well, I'm going to have a massive toilet. So when I need to like go over on my iPad some tactics, look at a few videos of the players, I'm going to take a dump, and I'm going to have 2 pictures on the wall of Diego Simeone and Roger Smith, and hopefully that can inspire me to remind myself that these 2 tossers nearly ruined all my hard work, and that taking this shit and being calm and calculated, I can get this club back to the top. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, my office is back, mate, don't worry. Come round later, glass of wine. Alright, next question.
Bood, Leopold Granando from the Gentleman's Gazette. Are you at all worried that your players' focus is being shifted from this tough relegation battle that you're in and being placed in something that's almost not as important, such as the Europa League or the FA Cup? Where is your focus right now? Are you taking these competitions seriously, or is it all on the relegation battle?
Don't get me wrong, we're down the bottom, we need to pick up some points. We've not got many. So obviously the Premier League's my main focus, but I'm happy that they're still in the Europa League, they're still in the FA Cup obviously. So you want to win things, and the squad's pretty much the same squad. It's about 75% my team. The guys know me, we've got great relationships. I can just get them winning, get to know these new lads, get the system in place. I believe we can climb up the table. So if we can win an FA Cup, which I've never won by the way, it's the only trophy I've never won. Or, I mean, the Europa League, I've never won that either, to be fair. So if I could do well in one of them, I think it'd be a great confidence boost for the club. And yeah, so yeah, I'm going for everything, mate. I never play to lose. Next question.
G'day, Troy here from FM Live. Hello, Mr. Bood. Firstly, love the new central top. It's good to see the back of the old one, if I'm honest. Do you ever wash that thing, by the way? It looked disgusting.
Yeah, I did wash it. Everyone thinks I slept in that old jacket. But yeah, I thought I'd treat myself. Pretty fresh, it's in it, eh? Nice.
Anyway, your predecessor, Roger Smith, has said Central is a joke of a club for sacking him and appointing you as manager. I tend to agree. But do you have any comments on that?
You're a wanker. No, seriously, I think he's just bitter. Obviously, he had a big reputation. He walked in to the club, apparently, from what I'm told from staff members I know, like Billy Big Bollocks, and look what he's done. I mean, to be fair to Diego Simeone, he won the Premier League, the Champions League, and then had a bit of a dip. Roger freaking didn't have a dip. He stuck his head down the toilet and just didn't have a clue. He didn't have a clue, couldn't communicate with players. His tactics didn't work, and he's almost ruined this team. Absolutely ruined it. So hopefully I can repair his damage. And yeah, the guy's a clown, absolute clown. Next question.
Hiya, Bood. Welcome back. It's Dirk Diggler from the Gay Life magazine. The chairman, Mr. Maguire, he went on record over 4 years ago and called you a cunt for leaving the club. Has time healed his anger? And do you have his full support in rebuilding this once great club?
We get on. We've always got on. I think at the time it was taken out of context. He was having a laugh, but I think people read into it a bit too much. And to be fair, I am a cunt. I am a bit of a cunt. But we've got a great relationship. I've known Paul for 10 years, well over 10 years now. We're still in touch even when I wasn't the manager, and of course I've got his full support. He knows that if he leaves me to it, I'll be successful. I dragged his club out of the non-league to the Premier League, so I should have his support. Or kick his ass. What, Paul? Hey, boss. Right.
Yep, right. Thank you, Broody. And thank you, everyone, for turning up, but the manager has a lot to do, a lot to organise. We've got to get some goddamn points on the board, man. Right, thank you, everybody. I'm Larry Longslong. Refreshments, sandwiches are at the back. We'll see you next time.
Come on in. Welcome to the office. It is good to be back. Boody is back in his chair, and everything is back in its place. Apart from my whiskey, my wife said I've got to stop drinking soft drinks only, so I'm on the old Cherry Tango, my favourite. But yeah, welcome back. I'm buzzing. This is where I should be. Now, I did always intend to come back here to finish off FM18 on YouTube, but my American series has kind of been cut short due to nobody watching it. But we still jumped forward a few years, and it's now 2030. It's been 4 years since I was the manager of Manchester Central. They've had 2 managers, Roger Schmidt and Diego Simeone. And in that meantime, I was Denmark manager. Now, if you watched any of my other episodes toward the end of the series last time, forget all them alternate timelines. Diego Simeone took the job. I had a bit of a holiday, and I was Denmark manager. I'll show you that at some point. And then I've had about a year off, and now I'm back in my job. Happy days. Now, this hopefully will be a challenge because the club's not in the best situation at the minute. You might have picked things up from the press conference. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you have enjoyed everything, don't forget, hit the like button. #HelpAbood. Help me out. Don't be shady. If you are new, feel free to subscribe. And also, if you are new and you've never seen anything like this before, I've done 80 previous episodes. The playlist for the older series is down below in the description. There's also a link to the introduction to Manchester Central down there as well. Check it out. It's good fun. But yeah. We've got a lot to get through. This first episode is we're going to just have a quick look at the club and what's happened and where they are. No live comms or anything like that. But yeah, I'm hoping you're going to be happy about this. I'm happy to be back. I'm doing this purely for myself, purely for fun. Do you know what I mean? I just cannot wait to get stuck in. And I've got a lot of work to do. Shall we have a look? And here we are back on the old club page for Manchester Central. It is the 30th of December 2029 now. It's roughly 4 years ago that I quit. And they've had some highs, but they've had quite a few lows. Some of our favourite players, or maybe your favourite players, have left. New players have come in. And things aren't going to plan. So, let's take a look. First off, let's look at the Premier League, and they are 15th. They've been battling down the bottom all season. They have won the last 2 games, but it still wasn't enough for Schmidt to keep his job. And the boss, Paul Maguire, sacked him. Now, I've not done anything for a year. Like I mentioned, I was a Denmark manager, and the job came up as insecure. And I thought, I'll wait out. He's going to get the sack here because he finished 7th last year, and they didn't sack him. They let him have another summer, another transfer budget, and the season got carried on, and it got even worse. And I'm thinking they're going to sack him every month. They're going to sack him, and they've not. They've only just sacked him. Now, I threw my hat when they sacked him. I declared my interest, thinking the fans are going to love this. No. When that's social media, I don't want booed. Can't have booed back. Oh my God. Nothing positive. I even got a press statement. That wasn't positive. I'm like, I'm not going to get this job. My idea to come back to Central isn't going to work if I can't get the freaking job back. Anyway, they offered me an interview. Took it. Went really well. Paul Maguire loved it. Offered me the job pretty much straight away. So I'm back. I'm back home. Back at Central. Now, obviously, I won the Premier League, but you'll notice they won it the year after. Diego Simeone's first year in charge, he won the league, and he won it by 4 points. United came second, followed by Liverpool, Arsenal, City, yada yada yada, right? So that's pretty good. But that's not the only good thing he did. No, he won back-to-back Champions Leagues as well, so obviously I won it, and then he went on and won it. So he copied my last season, but to be fair, he had a fantastic squad, but he didn't like some of the players. One of them in particular, one of the players he sold, has really, really pissed me off. And that player is Gandalf the Grey, my goalie, who I trained up. He's now 28, right? I said he was going to be one of the top 3 goalkeepers in the world. Stat-wise, he is the best now. The best keeper in the world. They sold him for a load of money. Why though? You're not going to be able to get a replacement like that. Anyway, the season after, Simeone's second season, he finished 4th. So we got in the Champions League, but that wasn't enough for Paul Maguire. And a manager that had been so patient with me sacked him. Sacked Simeone for finishing 4th. They didn't win anything. He again made some changes. We're going to have a quick look at all of them in a minute. And they appointed Roger Schmidt. And this is Roger the Todger, who's not too bad, 62-year-old German, but for some reason did really bad. I think he finished 7th, but for some reason they didn't sack him. Simeone won you 2 major trophies, came 4th. You sacked him. Schmidt came 7th, won nothing. You didn't sack him. They gave him even more money to try and ruin my squad even more. And then this year he's nearly getting them relegated. So then, since I've been gone, what's happened with the players? Well, they sold Gandalf the Grey, which again, for a lot of money, 63 million, but like I said, is freaking amazing, right? Nathan Latham went out on loan. Lucas Burke, who's my backup right back, he's gone to Schalke for just over 15. He was a good player, but he was a backup. And Ghazali, my backup left back, again a good player, he left to Man City for 64 million. So that's got some good business because they brought in nearly 120 and spent about 60. They bought this fella, Nikol Vlasic, a real player, for 32 million. Well done. Alex Merritt, the goalkeeper. Remember, I had him on loan from Liverpool as a backup. That's who they brought in to replace Gandalf. Now this fella, fair enough. Fair enough. Look how good he is. And look how much he cost them. See, this is the computer for you. It's very hard to find a player that good for 800 grand from some team in Brazil or something. And then they bought David, whatever his face is, this fella who's bang average. Right? So they've got money in the bank. But I'm still gutted about Gandalf. Simeone's second season, he loaned out Nathan Latham again. He sold Julian Garcia, my left winger, who's more of a backup left winger towards the end of my first stint in charge at Central. And then he loaned out another young player. He brought in Lee Betts on a free from Middlesbrough, 22 and looks wank. And then we got this guy, Sergio. He's okay, striker. I think he's 31. He's okay. Next up was Roger Smith's first summer and spending spree, and he wanted to put his stamp on the team. He sold off £157 million of talent, 3 very good players. Stupid, honestly. 3 of his best defenders. Spends 110 million. So he sells Bissot, who's a world-class freaking right back. He sells Bon, who's my favourite centre half, world-class centre half. And he sells Abad, the left back, which I can understand that because that guy they found for 800 grand is a world beater compared to Abad. But again, Abad was a good left back for me. And then he's brought in Gonzalo from Tottenham for 20 million, who's okay, centre half. This dude from Angers, who again's alright, a right back, he's okay, 25. Samson Francis, no, bang average young kid. Dejan Tesic, alright, I think he's done alright. They've both done alright with fullbacks. It's centre halves. But they did get Harrison Litter actually, to be fair. Forgot about this. Harrison Litter I bought in another save. He's a good centre half. Marcus Paulo. He's the number 1 keeper, by the way. Him and Alex Merritt. And this dude for 6 million, who's again is alright, left back. So again, I think we've got decent fullbacks. Now this is the summer I was thinking I was coming back. I thought they were going to sack him and I might get a chance to get the job, but they didn't. They kept him on for another chance. He sold £71 million worth of talent this time. Now we got rid of Luca Calderoni on a free. He was a good centre half for me. Been with us ages. He was a good centre half. Nathan Latham finally left. Di Moran. He sold Di Moran for 21 million to Burnley. Dino. He sold Alfredo. He was my backup keeper when I left. He was a good keeper. To get 30 million is pretty good. The rest of that lads are youth players. Now he did get 1 player here that I think's alright. Ronnie. No, it's not Ronnie. I'm thinking of something else. Roger Islas, Cruz Azul. This is him. I think he looks alright. Centre half, not bad. Simon Hurst on a free. And this dude, Yanas, who's pretty good. I feel like I've got about 20 million fullbacks. Right, so here's the lads now all together, my main team. Kempf is still here, we all know Kempf. He's got no greens, but he's a great winger. He's a great player. Edison Gamma's still there, goal scoring machine. Happy about that. We've still got Mark Shelley, who's a beast. Look at Mark Shelley now. He's had a few dry spells though. I don't think he's had double figures in his season for the last 2 years. But it's still Mark Shelley. He's got it in him. Chris Chalk likes to stick things up his bumhole, but he's a good squad player. He's a good backup winger. Ian Moss. I love Ian Moss. Look how good he is. Santa Cruz, a guy I said was going to be good. I think he has become good as well. Central midfielder. We've still got Ricardo Maida. Again, great on paper. I mean, got Quintas still. Alonso. Foreman's up for sale. That'll be getting changed. Lebras is still here. So he's got a lot of good players. They shouldn't be where they are in the league. Now, when it comes to the staff, you know I like to have the best staff possible, and the staff ain't bad, to be fair. I'm going to tweak it a little bit, not yet. The only thing is I haven't got an assistant, because when Schmidt went, his assistant went with him. And obviously my assistant stayed on after me, Kyle Lord, but Diego Simeone sacked him. So I'm going to try and sign Kyle Lord back as an assistant manager. And apart from that, the staff look pretty good, to be fair. I think all I've got to do is get my tactic back in place and get the heads around that. Stick with the staff, get training defence all the time, and hopefully build on that and get us back up the league. Thing is, when it comes to money, we're not doing well. We've got 34 million in the bank. They're going to give me 96 to spend. I mean, what do you want me to do? Ruin the club? Down here, we've got the club are projected to fail the Premier League FFA player wage rise regulations. Awesome. So, I mean, I left this perfectly well-oiled machine and it's just been treated like a freaking bitch. Facilities-wise, obviously, we're still at the famous Sir Brett Dalton Stadium. It has been improved. It's been maxed out now. It's at 27,700 seater. I can't believe it's 7 years old now. Wow. Massive deal, stadium sponsorship deal. The training facilities though, which I left at top notch, have been neglected. I've asked to improve them straight away. And Paul Maguire, who I've known for over 10 years, has said, no, you've not been here long enough. Paul, you idiot, we need better facilities. So I'm going to have to wait for that. So here we are on the tactics page, and I am going to use the version 3. It's a tactic I used at the end of the series when I finished it about 2 months ago. And I've used it in other stuff since. It's done really well. I'm going to use the V1 as well, which is like a long ball, old school, simple version. And the wall, but mainly the version 3, because I think it'll do alright, to be fair. Now, I'm going to play a few days. I'm going to see if I can do any changes, have a good look at everything in detail. I'll get back to you. But welcome back. It's now the 1st of January, and I managed to sign Kyle Ward. Happy days. I think he's really good. There's better assistant managers out there on paper, but this is Kyle. He loves the club. As soon as I signed him back, and that message on it says, oh, Joe Blogs is really happy that Kyle Ward signed. It was about 50 players because we grew up with this club. All the players know us. So I'm hoping that bond together is just going to translate to the players and onto the pitch. Right then, I've looked at the squad. I've balanced it out. Got me 2 players in every position. There's not much going on with the youth, to be honest with you. There's a couple of players I want to sell, but majority of them keeping, apart from the goalkeeper. Obviously, I've not got a lot of money. I might have 96 million to spend, but I only got 30 in the bank, so I don't need to be silly. I need a goalkeeper, but I went out looking for a goalkeeper, and obviously can't afford Gandalf. He is the best. The other two, I was quoted 103 million and 150 million. So then I put a specific stats into the game. For a keeper I wanted, and 2 keepers came up. Obviously Gandalf, because he's the best. But then this lad came up, Dave O'Donnell. Dave is England's #1. Now he hasn't got as many greens as Gandalf, but at 27 he could still prove maybe as a keeper in the late bloomers. But even if not, he's better than Alex Merritt, and he's better than the other keeper I've got. I need to cash in on that keeper. I put a bid in for this fella, it's been accepted. Sooner or later, Dave O'Donnell will be the new keeper at Manchester Central. Like I said, I'm keeping the squad for now as it is. I think we just got to keep what we've got. I just want to improve that keeper position. Yeah, I've got goals in this team still. There's loads of things I want to do to it. It's just all going to be about money in the summer. Maybe sell some players, cash in. I don't know. There's so much to do. This is such a challenge. When I left this series, I think we got to the point, even maybe you did as well, watching it. Where can Bood go from here? Won the Premier League, won the Champions League. His team's brilliant. Oh, I didn't even lose a game that last year. This is a different kettle of fish. We've got so much work to do. Right then, that is going to be the end of episode 1. Now in episode 2, we're going to play our first game. It's at home. It's at the beautiful Sir Brett Dalton Stadium, and it's against Bournemouth. We're going to get the live come out of the way at the beginning, and then I'm going to play a few games. You won't see them. I'm going to show you what's been going on. And I'm going to take you through maybe some of the process I've been doing, maybe trying to improve the staff, maybe looking at tactics, maybe look at some of the players in a bit more depth. I'll have a look at what's what, have a good delve into it in the next episode. Right then, there we go. That is the end of episode 1 of the second coming, the second series with Manchester Central this year. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It was a bit of fun to make. I want to say thank you to everyone who helped me with the press conference. You're a bunch of legends for taking the time to send me a question. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell, and you'll never miss anything I do. And also for you guys who have watched everything and you've watched it right to the end, I am running a shirt competition. Now you might not necessarily get one like this. We've had record sales this year, certain sizes are out of stock, but there will be something available in your size. If you do win, we'll just work that out when we get talking to each other. So as always, all you've got to do is comment down below I love Manchester Central, and you'll be entered into the draw. It won't be in episode 2. We'll have the draw at the beginning of episode 3. Yeah, thanks for coming back. Hopefully you're happy about it. Also, let me know, are you happy I'm back with this? Are you happy it's going to be for the rest of FM18? Please watch it. That's all I want. That's all I care about. Anyway, I've been Booed. As always, you've been great. Make sure you enter the competition and make sure you come back for episode 2. I'll see you next time.